How are we doing today, Starseeds, Lightworkers, and normal human beings? I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to offer you all a brand new addition that I'm excited to be introducing to my YouTube channel called Happy Birthday Zodiac Advice Tarot Readings, where I read off specific cards that come up for your personal zodiac sign and ruling planet, making it a bit into a horoscope reading where special magical things will then occur for you, as well as blessings being bestowed upon you, brought to you mainly by your specific zodiac angels, as well as the fairy kingdom and the crystal kingdom altogether. The questions that I thought would be the most beneficial for a reading such as this are: what is your happy birthday card, and what's the main message your zodiac angels want you to know? Since we are in the month of October, and there are two zodiac signs present in a month, that being Libra and Scorpio, these are the two zodiacs that we'll be focusing on this month. If you fall in love with this form of reading and can't possibly wait for your birth month to come up, never fear, as I would hate to be in that position myself, and will be bestowing blessings upon you as well if you receive the reading well at the end of every happy birthday advice reading that I facilitate. Okay? This way we all win. No one is left out if you behave and support the others, as they are living, breathing human beings, not walking, talking zodiac signs, and we all leave happy and fulfilled in the end. Now, with all of that being explained, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So, first up with Libra, your happy birthday card of the month is dun, da, 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 the Fool card. This sign is ruled by the planet Venus, which happens to also be our teacher and planet of the month this October, which she is very excited about, which also means that this group will typically be some of the more forgiving out of the other zodiacs at times, I'm being told. Although I will warn you to be very wary about overextending this trait of forgiving others more than necessary, so that selfish people won't take the opportunity to use you, mislead you, or forsake your kindness for personal gain. I'm also being told that this makes you a very strong-minded person, which is truly the real you, since it was your soul's decision to incarnate under this planet in the first place, which God very so approved of, so that you will feel as perfectly sustained, in control, and comfortable in your own body as you should be. To get into your message, from the major arcana card, the Fool, the happy birthday advice it wants to provide you is to recognize that you are the jewel that the young, free, wild, spontaneous, trusting fairy is holding in her hand, and that you do not have to seek this form of reassurance from anyone, whether they be male or female. The power that I feel within her is immense, which I'm going to intend you feel within yourself, as well as have a huge increase of this month, so that it will feel like the entire month of October is your birthday, also your playground and your party. This will help to energize you, as well as give you more permission to explore and adventure in ways that you don't typically do this. Light daredevil energies are also emanating from the young woman in the illustration, which is coming with this energy of the sweetest form of surrender that I've ever honestly felt, which I'm feeling lots of you have been disconnected from for too long, and it's absolutely unacceptable, as this is an extremely important aspect, as are all aspects of you, that needs to flourish naturally within your unique makeup. This is what actually makes you into a more whole, all-encompassing individual, universal individual, which is something you want to be, right? I'm going to command right now for this daredevil energy to come forth within you and to be alchemized to fit your perfect makeup, so that you will no longer miss out or be detached from this amazing aspect and personality trait ever again. I am feeling that Venus will be present with you throughout this to see that this is so, to help it along, as well as to provide you any clarity you need regarding why you've been completely unaware of this major aspect of Libra for your entire lifetime up until now, which I'm feeling lots of you have unfortunately been in the dark of somehow. The innocence you once had as a child, your unique innocence, I feel, has also been almost completely on E, entirely on E for way too many of you, which I'm going to intend returns back to you as much as your spirit will allow, in order to match the girl's level of innocence in the card. This is the new sexy, innocence, that is, and truly always was before it was removed from our system. This is actually the foundation that sustains all human beings, starseed or not, and is extremely important in order for all of your colors to pop, express themselves, bless others, and do your part anchoring this form of light and expression into Mother Earth and all you come across within humanity as a whole. So the question was the main message the Zodiac angels want you to know. We have the Ten of Cups. Here, I'm getting the message that you've let yourself go and even have blindly been letting people try you due to your cut off from innocence, as well as the happy, bubbly, even lively person you used to be when you were younger. This is being conveyed to me by the rainbow colored cups floating just above the heads of the two young women sitting in the same colored hammock by the way it is positioned high in the sky on one end and then descends downward toward the middle. This means that your life has fluctuated in an unbalanced way without your permission, your colors becoming depleted, like we were just discussing, which you need to really assess and look at hard to find the best solution to the problem, know who to blame, what to blame, and then reclaim all that was unfairly stolen from you while you were busy doing other things. Taking life too seriously while they play around, and even playing very specific games with you, is what I'm going to guess it is. I'm also going to intend that you have help from your ruling planet Venus with this on a personal basis to see that you do this in the most productive, swiftest manner possible while still participating in the resolution yourself as well. This self-assessment is what will earn you true points, just like the movie Free Guy, since we are still in a real-life matrix system that will bulk you up in multiple ways. The more you take yourself seriously, put yourself first in this way for once, and in general, and cast out all enemies who have been brainwashing and hypnotizing you to forget incredibly important aspects of yourself over the many years, which I'm going to intend you have all the divine authority to do once you discover who the main culprits are and why they stupidly decided to do this to you. Then we can all say to them, grow up, get a life, and find a new trait, losers. For you Scorpios out there, your happy birthday card of the month is none other than the Major Arcana, the Lover's card. From this, I'm getting that you are a very trusting, passionately seductive, but a wildly passionate individual in general, and that you don't typically care who gets scathed by this deep, wild, innate passion whenever active. Because you are a human being, but typically really a human being, this wild passion, even seductive passion on the lighter side, was likely active during childhood years as well, potentially making you feel a bit too grown up or even nasty because it is rarely talked about from adults surrounding you, teachers, nor other children. However, this is all but an illusion, and you were constructed this way, just like many other children secretly are, just as you are meant to be. Although there are two well-bonded lovers present in the card, I'm getting the sense that you do not, in fact, need to be with anyone to be happy or find fulfillment, which should help to eradicate those feelings of being disgusting, too sexual, too aroused, or too grown up for your small age. In addition to this, I'm feeling and seeing that you are quite the brainiac, or at least you have a great sense of intelligence and self-sustenance, which is being conveyed by the sacred geometrical figure floating between the two lovers' foreheads. This is not necessarily on a mental level for all of you, however, but on an intuitive level of inner knowing and understanding, as if you merely command that you know what's going on and the solution to any given problem because you say you do, and scarily, it is oftentimes true. It actually appeared that her hair was flowing upwards past the man's head and off the right side of the card at quick glance, which came with the most interesting energies of allowing the tides to take you, the wind to blow you, even the solar system I'm feeling, to move you where you need to be, as if you are an etheric, reckless soul that knows something has you, but that you don't even truly care if it fully does at the same time. How interesting. This is likely because of the full command you feel you have of yourself, as well as the wind, the tides, the universe, the whole storm. Good. Because this means you are being yourself, and that you will be taken to your reason for being this way at some point, which I'm going to intend you be placed on the trajectory of discovering this right now. But why the rush, right? So take your time while you discover this incredible mystery regarding not just why you fall under this important zodiac sign, but regarding why your soul, spirit, personality, you in your entirety, are the way you've been your entire life, even long before this incarnation I'm feeling. This sign happens to be ruled by the reinstated planet Pluto, which means for you that you can tend to take yourself way too seriously at times, throwing you off balance, stressing you out, causing you to have attitudes, temper tantrums, due to life not quite working properly for you, making it, in fact, actually your enemy. However, I'm going to ask for this to be corrected now within the planet Pluto itself, which was placing this form of pressure upon you in order to challenge you with friction at first, but to also cause you unnecessary delays and disruptions. Yet this is no longer necessary for where we are headed in our planet, galaxy, and universe's evolution. This is also because the rules were different in the Age of Pisces timeline, where we are now leaving, and because the power is in charge of the Matrix Beast system, designed it backwards this way on purpose. For the question, what message do the Zodiac Angels want you to know? The Major Arcana card, the Emperor, wanted to take a stand to convey to you their guidance. From the Emperor, it is here to tell you that you are already powerful, so stop trying to be. The chess piece that he holds in his hand is coming with an energy of believing that you are capable of more than you are at the time without proper growth and experience to fully own this, making you feel pretentious or even look stupid at times, and even the energies of biting off more than you can chew, ending up with more on your plate than you can finish, potentially even letting others down who you told surely you had it under control as a result. These traits turned flaws are simply not necessary to have to go through, which I'm feeling Pluto was convincing you to suffer from repetitively, to slow your progress down, as I'm feeling this barrier or wall surrounding you in a sort of time capsule, freezing you in place to cluck yourself upside the head over and over in the same types of ways, typically until it says stop. Which is a telltale sign that you are cursed on some level, being taken advantage of and played like a fool. But as you already know, this is just not acceptable in a Scorpio's eyes, or in general, as it is extremely illegal, which is why we are sending the harshest Scorpio punishments and judgments right to the perpetrators who purposely fixed it this way immediately. Now you should be feeling all wasted time and lost energy returning to you in full, as well as all unnecessary embarrassment inflicted upon you, washed clean, and sent to its proper recipients if others were involved in the once perceived humiliation. Be very wary not to play games with people, mind games especially, very immaturely, deducting your intelligence and soul points as an effect, as you tend to believe that you are extra psychic, more psychic than others who aren't even focusing on that whatsoever, whether you're a spiritual person or enthusiast or not, but in a bit of a scary way, as you are the only one in on the joke, sort of trapped inside your own head, playing games with yourself instead. I'm going to ask now for your eyes to be opened even further regarding this fact, as well as any time wasted or energy drained from your inconvenienced victims, to be returned to them at once, so you will no longer be a wanted criminal without even knowing. Before we wrap it up, I also thought to add advice for all you cuspers out there, called Cuspers Advice. Since there are those of you who fall on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio, from the centered position your birthday falls in the middle of the month. The card that was pulled for this unique clan happened to be the Major Arcana, the Magician. From his influences, I'm first feeling thoughts running through your head regarding whether or not being on the cusp of two zodiac signs is even real in the first place, or whether or not it's even worth searching for guidance about for those who fall on the cusp of two separate zodiacs in the first place, with the energy of being greedy and self-absorbed coming through as well. And I'm very happy, thrilled, and just as annoyed as you are to be able to say that, yes, the cusp is indeed real, that you have not been wasting your time, that this is actually healthy when done from an innocent place within yourself, of course, and that evil powers that play within our world, that being dark influences, have been wanting you to feel this way. As they do for all those who fall between the cusp of two separate zodiac signs, for they are truly the greedy ones, it actually turns out. However, just like the dark, mysterious, hungry magician you see in the image, we are going to send the darkest, coldest grudge right these dark intruders' way, right now as I speak, so that they can get the picture that we are not to be fucked with in petty ways, and to make them fall between the cusp of something they never wanted to fall between the cusp of, in return, while we look away whilst laughing maniacally. To continue, I'm feeling the energies of the most perfect, even angelic, sage-like balance, almost fully being attained and mastered by you in regards to wisdom, soul intellect, and effortless innate peace specifically, which we're going to ask the planet and teacher of the month Venus to your student of the month to assist you with fully mastering so that you will no longer feel unnecessarily out of alignment in these regards ever again. Yes, ever again, as we are meant to be balanced in all ways, of course. And this does not mean that we are cocky, but healthy and mindful of our own well being, just like the average, normal human being should naturally be, for we are entitled to this. Now you should be feeling more balanced, healthy, rejuvenated, at one and at peace with yourself than ever before, as well as extremely excited to get into work with the just as excited female planet Venus as a result of all of this. Liberation within the mind, heart, and soul is also coming through as well, so much that you just want to skip with joy or even get up and do something active and spontaneous in the most youthful, joyous, celebratory way that you haven't done since childhood or teenage years. Doing something completely new is also felt wanting to be experienced as well, which does require friends, so that it may be enjoyed to its utmost fullest. So I'm going to ask now for anyone who hasn't been down to hang, unenergized to hang, or absent from your life for a while to make a U-turn right in your direction, so they may naturally wake up from the spell and be placed on this same very trajectory of youthful, happy, joyous, spontaneous fun just for the hell of having this type of fun because you can. I promise that this is healthy and that your newfound joy and experience will ripple out to those in your environment, blessing them tremendously with just your happiness alone. Lastly, I'm also feeling the energies of age reversals coming in, which means that this rewiring effect taking place within you was that drastic and needing to be had for quite some time. So enjoy your experience, sort of physically time traveling back to simpler times as well. Now that you've reached back to the old days to grab something you needed in order to make the full return home to yourself truly, which is all you have and right where you belong. To conclude, in order to make it an official happy birthday reading for you, this requires presents to be distributed in the end. I did feel something cooking up and alchemizing all throughout the reading, which means that something is ready to pop out of the oven to be ingested and digested to make something new and exciting occur within your life. Kind of like magic. So, for our first zodiac of the day, Libra, let's go ahead and check what baked in the oven for you all. You sneaky Libras have seemed to acquire the ability to control your emotions, which you'll have to master in order to fully earn, of course, and will, on the most insane, rewarding levels than you've ever been able to before. Which is the true sexy, and will also inspire others immensely, and even turn heads at times, because of how much it shows. Which is what the outcome of the happy birthday advice is all about anyway. I'm also feeling a glow surrounding you as well, which you will likely feel, making others see you in such brighter, more intelligent ways than before as an effect. So, congratulations on this major achievement, Libras. Woohoo! Our second zodiac of the day, Scorpio, is now ready to eat the cake baked for them in the oven as well. So, let's go ahead and see what kind it is, shall we? You seem to have acquired the new ability to find fulfillment and inspiration from within yourself without having to seek it from others, which is such a depthful gift to have earned from your participation of this reading, and even before you came across this reading, from all the work you've done in earlier life yourself to have deserved this. This means that you can now be your own best friend on levels that you never could have before, which again is extremely important and without any negative ego attached to it at all at that. Success and victory out of this world has been achieved by you and is all yours to enjoy, for it just so happened to be your whole soul that you're taking with you from this reading. And lastly, for you cuspers out there, let's go ahead and find out what kind of hybridized cake baked for you in the oven throughout this happy birthday advice reading. Your very important group has earned the ability to see through veils and illusions like never before. If you are a spiritualist on the path of enlightenment, this will be more so literal for you and will come with upgrades within your psychic gifts, never attainable before this important, even life-changing reading. So, when I say that I am excited for you, and even humbled on the most extreme levels, believe me when I say that I am. Have the greatest time, still in a childlike explorative way while doing this, of course, so that you may reap the best experience from your new endeavors traveling and adventuring between the realms. On a more grounded, but still incredibly rewarding and life-changing level, this means that no one will have the ability to fool you like before, bringing crisp clarity to your mind and perception that you couldn't quite attain before. This is perfect for those of you who have a greater sense of integrity and would like to keep it that way due to the amount of self-love and care that you have for yourselves, just as you should. This newfound 2020 vision, which it feels you were right on the cusp of anyway, will also be perfect for those of you budding therapists and psychologists out there, even if you are already in that field of work right now currently, in regards to your ability to know exactly what to say to clients from the perfectly aligned place within yourself to help them understand their own problems as a result. Things will go much faster and smoother as an effect of this, helping you to truly get somewhere for a change without the focus on money, time, or being perfect bothering you or coming up within sessions unnecessarily, pulling you out of focus or off base as a result. Again, what amazing gifts that's been bestowed upon you cuspers that should carry you forth and support you greatly throughout the rest of your lives and many, many lifetimes to come, even following this one. With all that being said, thank you all for going out on a limb to participate in this new style of tarot reading that I've added to my channel. It's been my pleasure to be your teacher, guide, and cook in this way. Stay tuned for more interesting, magical tarot spread ideas in the future, and happy birth month, newborn Starseeds!